So I met my husband when I was a junior in high school. I was kind of like love at first sight. We always knew that we wanted children, and I always hoped to have a big family. We decided we wanted to start trying again for a second child. This time around actually was easier than the first pregnancy, even though I had twins. I just did everything that they told me to do to be as healthy as I could be. After the cesarean, we came back to the recovery room and things were going well. I was able to nurse both of them at the same time. I was so excited. I remember looking at my husband and saying to him, "Gosh, this is going so well. I'm so happy. We are so blessed." And then shortly after, things went downhill from there, and very quickly. I remember calling the nurse in and saying, something doesn't feel right. My belly is getting very hard. It looks like I'm pregnant. It's uncomfortable. I wanted her to check it out because I was nervous about it. People started to realize that something was wrong, and I remember they rushed the babies out of the room, and they started to massage my abdomen. I remember saying, "This is really painful. I'm really scared." And they were saying, well, you kind of have to tolerate this because if you don't, I remember them saying I'd get the black glove. And I didn't know what the black glove was, but it didn't sound fun. They gave me some medication to try to help the uterus to contract through my IV, but things weren't happening. So at that point, they decided to do the manual evacuation of the uterus. And I remember asking for pain medication, and they told me no, not with the first round. And during the second time, I said, "I can't take this anymore. I can't." And I remember they gave me pain medication at that point, and it was severely painful. I remember them telling me that the DNC and the balloon and all the medication that they'd given me up to this point didn't work, and I was continuing to bleed. So the next step would have been a hysterectomy. I remember saying there has to be another way. This can't be my only option. This isn't what I want for my life. And I remember just being told that this is your only option or you'll die. I didn't want to leave my 3 children behind, but it certainly wasn't part of my life plan. So it was very difficult to cope with. I was being wheeled to my second surgery by a team of nurses, and I remember feeling that this wasn't right. It wasn't right, it wasn't for me. And I started saying, "I want a second opinion." Shortly after, our doctor came up to us and she said that she's been researching some information and she found a different approach that would allow me to have children in the future. And as soon as she told me that, I just felt like the weight was lifted off my chest, and I was so happy, and I said, "Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's save my life. Let's do it." Yeah. My daughter's name is Alora, and then my son's name is Ashton. They're just both really great kids, and I love them so much. They're my miracles. Postpartum hemorrhage is the second leading cause of death for moms in New Jersey. I think it's important that healthcare providers educate moms, especially high-risk moms. So if they are experiencing it, they will know to speak up and advocate for themselves and hopefully get help sooner. If you are planning to become pregnant or you are pregnant, be sure to ask your doctor if you're at risk for hemorrhage and what the signs and symptoms look like so you know.